Hey guys, so I have my foundation on and it's a Revlon Photo Ready in 006 medium beige and the Revlon Photo Ready powder in light medium. These are the two products that I used to create the full coverage satin finish. Oh, and I also used a little bit of the MAC cream color base in pearl. So stay tuned and you can see how to achieve a full coverage satin finish. There's many different foundations you can use to achieve this finish. I just decided to pick this one because I wanted to try it, saw it in the grocery store. You know, anything that says photo ready like sounds good. So, and then when I discovered this kind of iridescent, I don't know, it's almost like a shimmer that this powder has, and these two together make a really beautiful finish. Kind of more so than a lot of the combos that I have here on my makeup counter to create that look by MAC, by Chanel, all sorts of vendors, all sorts of makeup cosmetic lines that I have for foundation. Okay, so we're going to do a full coverage satin finish, which I believe is what most women want. They say, when you ask, you know, what do you want the end result to be, or what do you want, you know, what kind of coverage do you want? They say full, and they say matte finish, which I think they mean a full coverage with a satin finish because they want it to look natural, and a powdery matte finish, in my opinion, doesn't look as natural as a satin finish. And that's just the nature of the way the light hits it, and the natural oils in your skin reflect a little more light than if you doused yourself with powder. So, you know, I understand that vampires are popular, but yeah, it's usually not the most attractive look in person. Only on TV when, you know, your diamond skin surface is glittering in the sun. Even vampires glitter in the sun. It's okay. This is such a cute hairdo. Oh my god. Okay, and when I bought this Photo Ready, it came with this little brush. It was like attached in the package, which is kind of cool because it's a pretty nice foundation brush actually. It's got a short handle, which is kind of cool too. You have a little more control with it. Oh, and this is 006 medium beige. So I'm just going to shake it up and I'm going to put one pump on my hand. I'll probably have to put another one, but yeah. Okay, now this is a pretty full coverage makeup. I have a lot of red in my skin and it's pretty much covered it. Now you could, if you wanted to, just take your brush and go back and kind of just tap a little bit more onto the places where you're red or uneven. Of course, a primer will help with this. You know, anything that you do to prep your skin to kind of calm down the skin if there's any redness, or if there's any color correctioning that you do, if you have any dark scars and you're using like a peachy type product or a pink product to kind of cancel out the dark spots. Mine usually, with a yellow foundation undertone such as this, it usually cancels out any red that I have, so I don't have to use, like, I'm not at the point where I need a corrector. But there's no shame in that. So if you need to use a corrector, you can even mix it in with the foundation. Do your outside of your face, then when you mix, then go ahead and mix, let's say, a green color in with your foundation, and then apply that to the inner part of the face wherever it's red. So you can keep the outside without the corrector and the inside with. Now, a lot of this coverage is going to be determined by the brush that you use, and you can get a full coverage out of a thinner foundation depending on what brush you use. A brush such as like this, for example, a natural fiber hair brush is going to soak up more product, and then but as a result, it's going to be less product on your face, more into the brush, so it's going to be a lighter finish. A brush such as this, or let's say like a duo fiber, is going to apply more product on your skin and it's going to be a little bit heavier. Now if you're using a product that's a little more loose, because it's a thin or a finer coverage, you can use a stippling motion like this with the brush so that when it dries, you don't have any streaks on the skin. Sometimes this can be streaky, so after you do and you buff in, you know, the foundation that you want, you can go back and set it like this to kind of get a little fuller coverage. So the brush has a lot to do with the sort of coverage that you use. If you use your hand, your fingers, I think it's a heavier coverage with your fingers, and it tends to look a little bit heavier in my opinion. I don't care for that look on myself. Although I love the way the foundation moves on my skin with my fingers just because it warms it up, but I like the finish better with a brush. So for this tone foundation, I'm using the brush that's recommended with it, and then I'm going to use the powder, the Photo Ready powder. This is the light medium, and it's plenty dark enough. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to use this brush. Now this is going to, again, deposit more product than, actually when you use it's just the opposite of what I said. When you use a powder product and you use this brush, it's going to deposit more color on your skin. If you were to use like a duo fiber or something like this, a synthetic brush, it's going to be less. That makes sense. Okay, so I'm taking my big Sigma fluffy brush and I'm tapping and then buffing. So you're going to tap and then buff. Now when I look at my skin in the mirror real closely with this product, there is like a little bit of shimmer in this. I'm not, you know, and I can't figure out whether it's the powder or the foundation. I think it might be the powder that has just the slightest bit of like luminescence or a little bit of shimmer to it. So I think again it really enhances that satiny, dewy look. Although I have lights like right in my face, so I don't know if you can see how it's reflecting off the skin as opposed to the matte coverage foundation that I did. You could see it was real matte. This is not. It's got a little more iridescence, kind of when the light hits it, you can see the reflection in my face almost. Now to give a little more of this effect, if you want, which I love, I'm taking the cream color base by MAC in Pearl, and I'm using that same foundation brush, and I'm going to come right here on the highest plane of my cheek and just put a little of that cream color base right on top of the powder, just kind of tapping it, pressing it in, and then blending it down a little bit slightly. I'm going to take a little more of that and put it under the brow bone and pull it down here. Same on the other side. You can even put some down the center of your nose if you like. Your forehead. Here on the Cupid's bow on your lip. I didn't do any concealer, but you certainly could I usually like to do it after I do the foundation, before the powder. So you could certainly do that. That Amazing Cosmetics concealer still will keep that dewy finish, the satin finish, and yeah, I'll zoom in so you can see this, if you can see it. Okay, so full coverage satin finish. If you can see that kind of satiny finish. Okay, so there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and I am going to do kind of a I'm going to perfect the eyebrow, a sexy eyebrow, bad girl eyebrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but I know what I have in my mind, what I'm thinking that I want to project to you guys. I'm just not sure what to call it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, you should check out this product. It's really cool. So I'll list the colors and everything I used in the sidebar, so I'll see you all soon. Bye.